Hi. So it seems like a lot of people over the years I've noticed have talked about judgment. And for me, it feels like the more I am noticing judgment in my life, the more actually I allow the energy of judgment to be present in my mind. The more I actually seek and spew judgment on other people. And so I started to think, well, if instead of having judgment on somebody for leaving their coffee cup out, or for perhaps not loading the dishwasher correctly, or judging somebody about the way they handle a certain situation that you probably would have handled differently, what's another approach that I can take? And why is judgment like showing up so much? And all of a sudden it occurred to me that when I receive judgment, the reason why it stings is because what I would rather receive is support and compassion. What I'd rather get is a sense of feeling valued and worth. So how do you turn judgment, the energy of judgment, the message that judgment brings to you, into feeling a sense of worth and value, and into providing compassion? Well, that's what this workshop's about. It's about, how do you do that? How do you take that energy where you want to lash out on someone else for doing something differently than the way you do it, or commenting on the way you're doing something because they feel that there's a better approach to it? How do you take that information and not react? How do you take that information and not allow that place inside of your body to feel less than, to feel unworthy, to feel unvalued? How do you convert it so that you're not spewing it back out, and more importantly, that you're not attracting it over and over again? And so one of my big tricks that I've noticed is, if I can have more compassion for myself, then the judgment stops with me. So many times I've placed my own judgment on myself, on the things that I'm doing, on the progress that I'm making, and the way I view myself in terms of my work, in terms of my body, in terms of my worth. Do you do that? And if you do, wouldn't it be great to be able to change that conversation with yourself? And instead of creating this area of judgment to you, instead feeling as though you can convert it to a place of compassion and even empowerment. So that's what this workshop's about. It's about converting those feelings of judgment to a feeling of compassion. And I just want to say to you that all of us out there are doing this. All of us are, in some way or shape or another, are speaking to ourselves in a way that's judgmental. And the reason is that we seem to think that perfection and executing things with perfection is the way to go. And I just want to leave you with this thought. Imperfection is how magic is created. In the space of imperfection is when things happen that are breathtaking. The imperfection of the way Jackson Pollock throws his paint created art. The imperfection of the way artists look at the way they construct things like Pisa is now become a landmark that countless people go to look at. perfection isn't always perfect, that the imperfections outside of ourselves and inside of ourselves actually is perfection, that the uniqueness that we all hold is the magic. So I hope you join me in this 4-week experience where you get to have a little bit more compassion about the imperfections of who you are and what's around you, and how to convert that energy so that it works for you and not against you. Bye.